Alrighty. Alrighty. Hmm. So to be completely honest, I now don't want to do this. And so I might not. But I'll say a few things because I think I probably should. Whatever the fuck is going on, it's not like a little thing. It's not like, you know, it's not like a 2-second girly little thing. It's like my whole body is fucking changed in this fucking different way. It's completely different. And majoritively around my stomach and my hips is doing this full. It feels like like it's fully reversing. And so it's really uncomfortable, but like doable. I think most of the discomfort comes from the fact of how odd it is. And that's just on top of it. And so there is merit, I suppose, to the thing, but I'm just at a different stage and I've had a different thing to do. And I'm trying to expose historic mistreatment from a whole industry. And I'm concerned that that will be present. But yeah, it's a full-on thing. There's like if I get there, like if I get to the thing, I'm like, oh, this is better. This is like what I am. So that's the thing. It's like, this isn't happening like I'm stopping doing the other thing, which has been really stressful. I'm stopping presenting as a man or whatever the fuck it is, more so than doing the opposite. And there's just a whole bunch of things. Like I have a lot of things. I've had like a whole life. I've had children. I've had like a business. It's fucking insane. And also there's like a real, especially the last couple of days, I'm like, I think I'm done with that. And then it's very weird because I have that there. Like I've recorded a lot of things, so that is there. And that's, I think, what's allowed me to do it. So I've done all that. There wasn't a big enough response. There is no like violent solution. I can't just secretly like form an army. But I think what I've done with that energy is like more than sufficient. It's a lot more than anyone else has done. And so, yeah, there's like a little bit of a thing to just explain things, so that it's like, yeah, okay, this is a thing. But then I've been doing so much, I don't know. I just want to do it and not fucking explain it. Although because I've done so much performative things and so much presentation, it's like I do have to do this, but I'll probably just do it somewhere where no one can find it. So yeah, there won't be, because it's not. Then there's like a bit of like a freak show element, and it's like I'm not doing that. And I think that's the problem. I basically think anyone, if you know, it's like go and make a documentary on anyone, and then, or even worse, get them to make a documentary on themselves, and it will end up bad. But that's what it takes. So yeah, this is one camera. This is like I'm fighting the urge to not like fucking fix my hair, do all these things. I'm trying to just sit still and just be like, yes, okay, I'm doing this. Yeah, but I'd say this would be it. So it's like basically, as far as I would say, there's definitely a thing. It's like, yeah, it's definitely a thing. They're absolutely right. I don't know what the fuck it is, what causes it, whatever. I don't know anything about it. But for me, having most of my things as like severe physical and not some longing. That's not the way. It wasn't like some longing to be like this. I had a longing to be with girls, so that's the thing, but not a longing to be a girl. It was very deep and whatever. It's like a performative thing, like performance level thing. It's like my body just works better in this other way, and it's like when it does that, it feels more comfortable to present feminine, except for all the things. And so like all like children and like work, that's all a nightmare. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. But I think there's just something really weird going on. But yeah, not a whole lot of desire to do this at this stage. It's the same as, let's say, like when I was going to do guitar. When I was first going to, it's like that was this really hard thing, and I did it on video, and I did this whatever. And when I look back at some of those things, I'm like, oh, you're a really confused person. But it's sometimes it's fine. Yeah. I think basically we've been exposed to so much content of people that's so contrived and so there's so much in it that certain people, it kind of does a number on them because their like biological job is to present something to people. And so like the weight of all that lands on them. And it's not like they're not going on a game show trying to win a fucking house. They're like, it's some deep seated thing inside them that's like, you have to do this. And yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, my body's in charge of this. And so the other things are just me going along with it and figuring it out. So just be wary. Like you've got to, within this, it's like I had 2 surgeons attempt to give me full hip replacements. There's some loud thunder just there. Which, if you've got to just think of a girl, I was like 32, so go and find a bunch of 32-year-old women and like, yeah, it's no different. And then if it's caused by something like this, because the hip seems to be like the focal point, and it's not a super sexual thing. It's just the focal point between this like inverse or like it's like this. But that for your whole body to make that thing is like, especially I think if you've had a lot of time in the other mode, it's like the longer you've had in the, what you could call it like the false mode, or you could call it the protective, I don't know, whatever it is, then the harder and more painful it is, because within that one little change, I'm guessing, everything else has to move around. That's like all your internal organs, all your fucking muscle connections, it's so massive. And I think children, so the thing is like with children, it's like they're at the beginning of their adaptive phase, so they're going to adapt to whatever they need. That's why people are like, "Oh, do it young." But I don't have any thing in it. I just think because it's a societal issue, and I won't know until I get to a point where I'm not. If I get to a point where I'm comfortable, and I'm like older, I can already feel because because I've been like a misogynistic man, like I've been a kind of whatever man and had this fucking thing of women and whatever, that I can start picking up on that. But I'm a man. I've been a man for a long time. So I'm like I think what a lot of women kind of would just shake off. They're just like, no, that's just boys will be like, I'm kind of like, come on, come. Because there is like a kind of intrinsic, like, it's funny because it's not having kind of looking at both sides. It's not discrimination, and it's just like a thing, and it's kind of in good, like it's in good whatever. It's like banter, but it's just, and I think it's different if you don't have this other thing on top. But I will find it very hard to do that fully. I'll be like, what? Yeah. There's things like I don't like. I've never liked getting compliments or any things like that. But yeah, the main thing I want to say is just it's a big physical thing. Like I've done some pretty crazy physical feats, and this is up there with like, I don't know, climbing a mountain or something like that. It's like a really crazy full body adaptation that is on autopilot. But yeah, to I think like a different end. So yeah, whatever it is. So much thunder right now. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like learning how to ride a new bike or like anything. And it's kind of just, yeah, stressful. Just the physical side of it is stressful enough without the emotional side or without the like social fucking thing. It's like, that's like, what the fuck? What is that about? But I think basically if you drill it down to like stereotypical like images, then it's like everyone is experiencing some level of this. Like if you buy a certain type of car, like you're invoking some type of thing about yourself, and you're the person that drives this car, and so it's all the same. It's just I'm kind of not a materialist. I'm kind of a minimalist, and so yeah, it's manifesting in this way. So it's almost like I've decided for my, like, if I thought of my male brain, my male persona, my male whatever, I'd have to explain it like, oh, I've just started. I've started even like rock climbing or something, but like a different level, and it's the same thing, but it's different than that because there seems to be, it's like, this is what, so probably when I was running around as a kid, I didn't think, but I probably moved in a way. And then I played high level sport and was very kind of, I would study to play sports. And so I would imitate people that were doing activities. Like, this is what every sport is. And, it was a highly competitive time. And so I think somewhere along the way between work, like stopping sport, being a father, all these things, it's like I was consuming content of like contrived male movement, and then built like a false person. And then, but it was all subconscious. So it was like, oh, that, and then that just hurt because I was forcing my body to be this weird thing, because it's like, it's mobility. So it's like, I'll get to a position of mobility and then my body's constantly trying to revert to this like stupid thing that doesn't work. And then, so you've got to fight that, but then there's also just the muscle tightness and all these other things that causes that to just be excruciating. So it takes a lot of focus, and it's getting in these positions and then being relaxed and not stressed. And that's why I just can't do these things, because it's too stressful. Yeah, I've said all I have to say about everything. I've mapped out who and what and where I'm like directing all my critique to. And then because of the destabilizing nature of like whatever I'm doing, so I can't then, like, all of that, it has to rest on its own merits. And I hope I've done that enough to justify that. And then, but then this here is like a different, it's like I want privacy and I want, yeah, I just want to do whatever. And it still feels like I'm very low, like I'm at the bottom of the hill. I'm like, oh, fuck. So yeah, it's changing no one knows about these things. We have to just start discussing. We have to empower people to do things like this, the people that can or want to, so we can better map out what's actually going on with everything. And basically our systems, our governmental systems, are just in a state of neglect. And with that neglect, there's like parasitic industries have attached themselves, and parasites are quite hard to get rid of. The parasitic elements attached to our systems have more defense and protection than the actual system does. So there has to be like ultimate license and acceptance that people are going to, that you need to criticize and you need to direct, and that needs to be like that's like the freeway or the highway that we need to build, or the bridge is that, and this is the way it needs to be done. Because we all live in it. So it has to have feedback from all points. This is how we work. So yeah, I'm going to sign off, looking out the window this rainy day, and wish you all the best. And yeah, just like I'm sitting humbly saying, like, I misunderstood all of this. I didn't. It's like, this isn't. I was far from having everything right. Obviously, I knew there was a concern. There was all these things, but it's like we just need to get a bit more comfortable with things, really odd things manifesting, because we've initiated like thousands of experiments all across the world, societal, chemical, like emotion, all these things. So there's going to be weirdness. And yeah, it's always the things that I don't have to share this. I didn't have to do it, but I thought it was valuable. I'm in a weirder spot than I ever would have imagined when I started. I was just reacting to things that I wasn't happy with. But yeah, at least I've documented it so that it's there. And hopefully that, the combination of something like this and other things is like we need to find multiple solutions for all different people, different levels of where and when and how this is manifesting, so they can have strategy. There can't just be one blanket strategy, although that's well-meaning, but it's like it's irresponsible and yeah. So bye-bye.